Hello. Okay, this is where I left off last night. We got some of the manifold drilled. This thing is tough. I knew it was gonna be hard to get through, but it is pretty rough. I think a lot of it has to do with the bits. My other set is back at the house, and I just haven't figured out where I put it. So I'm using my spare, and it might be part of the issue, but generally I've tried a bunch of different bits to make sure, just to see, and all of them are struggling. So it's the beauty of the super thick manifold, but it's good. It means it's strong. So I'm probably only going to do 2. I don't think I'm going to do all 4 for EGT. I thought about it. I'm looking for difference in homogenization between the inside and outside. I would be willing to bet the motor, because that's what you're putting on the line, that these two are going to be roughly the same. And that if there's going to be a problem, it's going to be here to here or here to here or some combination of the two. Because the manifold comes in at the center and then moves outwards. So if the homogenization of the meth is improper, it's most likely going to get pulled to center. So that's my theory, at least, and I'm going to check it. So I'm going to drop it down to 2 GTs. And then I got to get the bungs in. I ran out of gas, so I'm done welding until the world opens back up. But that's okay. Just making progress. So just wanted to update. One last thing before we go. That is the Y-band install. I'm working on another edition that actually faces the gauge at me. But, you know, my computer decided to explode, so that's off the table. So I put the old rendition back in. Just bolts onto the A-pillar. But yeah, gets the job done. Good for checking my values while I drive. Hello. Okay, this is the AEM pump we're going to be using. My buddy came over and we built a harness for it, and I heat shrinked some red sheathing on it. It came out okay. It's a little loose, but it does the job. We have it, I think these are like 6x1.5 bolts, 125. And then I have a bracket right here that we're painting right now. Got some bed liner on it, good old bed liner. And then I'm gonna be going right here onto this, which I'm assuming that is to protect the fuel tank in case of a rear end collision. And I'm assuming that's what it is. Like, I could be wrong, but there's nice convenient holes right there. So I've got that bracket. Fits right there, and then it's looking like the meth is going to come out somewhere around here. I'm going to bring it around at a nice gradual angle to here. I have push locks for any angles I need to make. And then I'm thinking I'm going to go inside the frame rail somewhere around here and bring it up to the front. And then once it gets up here, I am going to probably have to bring it around the bottom of the car. I don't know, somewhere. I'm not super worried about it right now because this is all temporary, but the initial point I'm gonna do is right here. I'm gonna come in and drill somewhere around here, and that'll get me in front of the charger temperature sensor. And it should be a straight shot to the manifold. And then when I get the EGTs finished up and welded, this test, it will tell us if that single point entry from the charge pipe, by checking EGTs here, I'll know if that's working. And I was thinking that if that works, there's no reason to go into the intake manifold. I don't have to do it. I could just run 1 or 2 jets, and that should give me the same amount of fuel. Question is the atomization. So we'll see, but I'm making progress. Okay, one other thing. I got these in. So these are 10 by 1.5 metric exhaust studs. This is your typical, I think it's 8 by 125 stud that comes on everything. This is what comes on manifolds, and they run these into the turbochargers pretty much everywhere. That's what the flange is as well. This is a problem. These back out. You can double nut them. You can do all sorts of stuff to try to get a little more out of them. But inherently, it's not enough for the kind of load you put against these things with the heat that you throw at it. So there's too much metal, there's too much weight basically holding these. Now, on a 5-bolt, you probably run into less of it, but on the flange, it's guaranteed. These things back out like crazy if you don't run thicker hardware. So that's where these come in. Now this is actually too big for the flange. I'm gonna have to punch the flange out, or the turbo out as well. This is nowhere near it. That's got to get blown out completely. But I'm gonna blow this out, and then I'm gonna try to tap it, see how that goes. I mean, that's really my only option. So I'm gonna have to tap it, make sure that I get it right, and then it's gonna back onto here, and the nut's gonna go on the top. And I should have good. Yeah, that might be a problem. But I'm considering welding this flange, and if I do that, I could knock this back a little to get some more room for the nut. I don't know, we'll see. It's the beauty of a $130 turbocharger, people.